Grand Rising, we back. Oh shit, I was here. Grand Rising, It's early. It's early. Forgive me. We ready? Let's go.
Run the city, we run the town. Run the city, we run the town.
Dopest mornings, we in this thing. What's happening? What is happening? Alright, I'm gonna play my theme song now. I think I'm ready. This is what we on today. Self-validation. Queen Dopest. Grand Rising, let's get it. Hey, Grand Rising Diva. Kisses. Let's go. Yeah, we in this thing. I see y'all. Grand Rising. Hey, CW, what's up, Cherie? Self-validation, that's what we on today. Versus public acceptance. Y'all know this get my juices flowing. I gotta do it. OneLoveFam.com. Good morning, One Love. Let's go. Good morning. It's the morning song for me. It get me going. I ain't gonna lie. What's happening with y'all? It's Monday. Y'all, everybody know I love Mondays. It's one of my favorite days of the week. Get everything started off on a good note. I hope everybody had a great weekend. I had a chill weekend. A lot went on this last week. Let me see. Where we last left off, we had Mo 3 being shot and killed, and King Von, and the election mess. COVID done spiked back up. It's flu season. We got a lot of things going on, right? Over the weekend, Boosie, badass, hip-hop star, Louisiana native, been shot as well in Texas. And Benny the Butcher, another rapper, was shot in Houston during an attempted robbery. I bring up those things to say this. It had me thinking, is like, why are things in such a crazy state, you know? Had me thinking about that. And I got a couple ideas. But this one right here is something that stuck in my head because it pertains to all of us, especially in the live streaming thing. Because this media, whether people want to accept that or not, the live streaming world is media. So people feel a need for public acceptance. Oh, and Jeremiah, I don't know if it's Jeremiah or Jeremy, he's in the hospital on a ventilator and intensive care with COVID 19. So pray for that, brother. And it does show you that it does strike younger people, uh, you know. So pray for him. Hey, Grand Rising Lady Mickey 83. So, self validation. I had to make sure I knew what I was talking about. So let's get the definition out the way. Self validation. The feeling of having recognized, confirmed, or established one's own worthiness or legitimacy. Okay. Self validation. What I see right now in society is a whole lot of I want to be publicly accepted. You know what I mean? I have to be accepted by everyone in order to feel validated. And I'm here to tell you that shit is ass backwards. You know what I mean? It's backwards. Examples. You know, everybody loves compliments. But when the compliments define who you are, you get lost. You get lost in those compliments and you lose your self-worth. Do you understand what I'm saying? As far as, okay, somebody tell me I'm handsome. That's one person, right? You got another person tell me I'm ugly. So is the person that tells me I'm ugly, is that going to invalidate everything that the other person said? It shouldn't matter, right? It shouldn't matter, right? That's typically by people that don't accept themselves. That's facts. That's facts. That's why I brought this up, because I feel like people need to understand, and I say this a lot in my broadcast when I stream. Matter of fact, go check me out on Live Me. Download the app, type in Dopest in the search. I'll be the first thing pop up. Go check me out. I've always been one to know my self-worth. Sometimes, we all human, so sometimes you lose sight of that. You get caught up in whatever it is. But here and especially in a world of social media, we want to get the likes on our pictures, right? You want to get people to share your stuff and put your stuff in their story. Like, that's where validation is now. I mean, that's where it comes from now. Public acceptance comes from social media. It doesn't even necessarily come from your peers and colleagues. You know what I mean? So a lot of the stuff, especially I see nowadays, it's a lot of people wanting to be accepted by others. They want to be accepted by the Trap Boy Freddies. They want to be accepted by their entourage. They want to be accepted by the Mo Threesies, Rest Easy, the yellow. You know what I mean? They want to be accepted by the people that are in the spotlight, or people that have some type of notoriety, or by people just in general, right? That's where we at. We post pictures. You want to get a lot of likes. You go live. You want a lot of viewers. You want those viewers to shower you with adulation and praise, right? That's what we want. Now, what if they don't? What if they don't shower you with that adulation and praise that you desire? Where do you get it from? A lot of people, they dip into a funk and they want to do extra. Let me see what OneLoveFam.com says. And people confuse knowing one's self-worth with cockiness. That's true. I don't need anybody to tell me I'm somebody. I don't need anybody to tell me somebody. It feel good when people show appreciation for the person you are, or they like certain attributes about you, whether it's your brain, whether it's your knowledge, whether it's your looks, whatever it may be. Everybody likes that. Let's not get it twisted. However, if people don't like how I look, if people don't like how I carry myself, that's fine. I always tell y'all, that's fine. That's okay. That is okay. I'm not everybody's cup of tea, nor do I want to be. Not at all. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of us struggle with this because in some ways these things lead to depression. This is real talk. You either go one way. If you're one of those people that don't necessarily want to join a crowd and be involved in a whole lot of people, but you still want that that public acceptance, because you are in a media world, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard. Because not everybody plays well with others. So it's kind of hard. But what I see in the younger generation is it's a lack of self-validation. Recognizing your own worth. Everybody waiting for somebody else to tell them how special they are. Self-validation. I validate myself. I'm the one that gives myself its worth. It's passion. It's drive. It's me. I don't need nobody to roll me out of bed in the morning to get up and do this. I'm self-driven. I got to get up. I got my people. I got a message to deliver. You know what I mean? We got some things to talk about. I was thinking about, but Kisses, you special in another kind of way. But we'll talk. That's another. Don't start this morning, because I ain't get a lot of sleep. So don't play with me. This ain't the time. This ain't the time to replace. Hold on, Kisses. Stop playing with me. So look. Hey, I'm gonna give y'all a great solution. And this is real talk. This is real spill what I'm about to give y'all right now, okay? Women control this world. Everybody knows I always felt like that. I will always feel like that. Women control the world. And let me tell you how it affects this. What made me even think about this topic was the shootings in Dallas. Hey, boo-boo. Grand Rising, Miss Hibbs. The shootings in Dallas, the murder of King Von. Women truly run the world. Because it seems like the things have changed to where, women always like the bad, a lot of women like the bad boy, they want to date, the gangster. But it seemed like they done took that up a notch to where, the trap boy and the dudes, whether they got fake jewelry on or not, it's like that image The women want to be with that. So every dude is trying to outdo each other. They all trying to outdo each other. And I'm telling you, it's for the women. 100%. It ain't for the money. Because all of these, one Queen Dopest says, once you truly know your worth, you won't crave affection and validation, acceptance from others. Precisely. Precisely, Queen. That's it. That's it. That's a fact. That's a fact. That is a fact. I will stand alone before I expect others to accept me. I'm good and that's okay. And I truly, and here again is, I think what they say, we're a little bit longer in the tooth. Some of y'all youngsters might not know what that saying means, but like we a little bit more mature. So I think maybe we've had a chance to either go through those experiences, or we just came up in a time where we weren't so socially accessible. You understand what I'm saying? We ain't had no Instagram, Facebooks, and cell phones, and could, yeah, people like who they like, and if I'm no longer what you like, it's okay. I ain't losing no sleep. That's my point. That's my point. Is why I get hung up on that. You know what I mean? I've of late, I just seen so much of it. I seen so much of it. Oh, this person on, especially when it comes to, again, I'm in the live streaming business. I'm in the live streaming game. So when it comes to that, it's a lot of, oh, you don't follow, and everybody going with the flavor of the month, whether they believe in the principles of the person or not. That's part of it. When I say public acceptance, that means you want to rock with somebody whether you believe in what they saying or not. You might not like trap music. You might not like the fact they talking about shooting up 100 people in each song. But you don't want to be the one that's going against the grain and, fighting against the waves. You trying to go with the flow. You dig what I'm saying? That's what most people are doing. That's why we tend to find ourselves in this situation. You could look at it, throw hip-hop out of it. You speak on politics. You just had what was that shit called? The Million Maggot March or some shit like that they had over the William. Was it called, Joy? The Million Maggot March? I don't know. Make maggots great again or some shit. They had a march to support Trump. A lot of them people, it is no way. It is no way. A lot of them, I guarantee you, are God-fearing Christians and this, that, and other. They not self-validating. They are seeking public acceptance. They seeking public acceptance. It really what it is. They seeking public acceptance. They want to be accepted amongst their peers. Oh, I'm not about to go against the grain. Even though him being a crybaby and a poor sport. The Minion Mag, yeah. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. Share this thing to your Facebook, Twitter, anything. We can get some more people in here and get some more of this brain food. And speak up. If you got something to say, this is not 100% the thoughts of King Dopest. I like you guys to interact. Because I ain't right all the time. But I'm damn sure right on this one. I guarantee you I'm right on this one. I tell y'all, I try to tell y'all every day. Sometimes I fall short of that. So you guys know somebody does appreciate y'all for you You know, you ain't got to dress like everybody else. You ain't got to have diamonds hanging from your neck. You ain't got to, I try to every day make sure y'all understand that I accept y'all for you, your faults, and all, you know, your great attributes, the ones that's in the middle. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I attempt to do. Because, like I said, a lot of times, and it's unfortunate, I tend to believe in people a lot more than they believe in themselves. That's a problem. It is. It is. I see a lot of good people, and I watch them be swayed by the craving, as Queen put it earlier, to be accepted by others. But when you right and you on your square and you doing right, it's kind of easier to self-validate, right? Because you could look yourself in the mirror. Like, I go through a lot of struggles in getting all these personalities to mesh within the One Love family. Hundreds of people, right? Affiliates, associates, supporters, friends of the family as well. Getting all these different psyches to coexist as one, right? When, if you know your self-worth, it's easier because you're not too concerned about, I know right today, I guarantee you, somewhere on one of the platforms, somebody is going to be saying something negative about me. Trust me, I get the messages all day, because I'm CEO, co-CEO of a family full of women, strong women at that. So I get messages all the day, all the time. People talking about me, this, that, and the other. Doesn't deter me. Doesn't make me say, the closest thing I can equate today's times with is that we all can kind of relate to is being in school and people wanting to be in the cool crowd. Like, everybody wanted to be in the crowd of cool kids. Most people, right? I necessarily wasn't like that. I had a couple friends growing up, Brandon and Christian, my boy Chris. We didn't give a fuck what anybody said. We did our thing. We wasn't really too concerned about everybody else, because I guess we was kind of loners, at the time. We was loners. So I didn't really care too much about being accepted. Although I have brothers and sisters, I'm my mom's only child. So I grew up in a house by myself. I'm not reading that comment, okay? I ain't got time for you this morning. Because I know my head is not big, okay? So, it's the camera angle, if anything. Fuck you mean. Nah, but real shit, though. Public acceptance is so overwhelming sometimes, it causes you to live and reach outside your character. I've done it, so I know. It's been times where I wanted to be accepted. I wanted the people, I wish, people like King Dopest, So I'm going to do this. I'm going to venture around social media. I'm going to just mess with everybody for a little while. It never worked out. Did it, Queen? All these times, whether it was on Live Me, whether it was on Tag, I try to venture out and just rock with everybody. I'm using these live streaming platforms because this is what I've been into for the last 5 years. So I went out, and it don't work because you out, and some of the people just they don't live by the same principles and standards that you live by. But I see people all the time. was like, that person is a good person. Like, why would they sit around listening to that? Or why would they sit around perpetuating some bullshit? You know what I mean? I was like, then, you know, and it go both ways, male, female. It may come in a different way, but it go both ways, male, female. Um, you know, the males, they like to pump themselves up to act like they done a lot more or doing a lot more than they actually are. And that's, again, you're not accepting who you are, where you're at. Once you can accept where you're at and who you are, success is easy. You know what I mean? Success was easy. I never was the kid that wanted to make myself part of another crowd. I made people want to be around me by being me, not by imitating somebody else, dressing like everybody else. You know what I mean? Somebody told me that the other day. It might have been Diva. Diva said, you do your own thing. You got your own style or something like that. Somebody told me that the other day. I don't know if it was you, Diva, or somebody else. They said, you know, because I ain't into all the latest fashions just to, you know, buy a pair of jeans. They in style this week, next week they out of style. And nah, that ain't never been me. I'm a more simple, down-to-earth person, so maybe it's easier for me to accept myself because I don't have such lofty delusions of grandeur. Like, nah, I'm a guy. I'm a guy in a crazy ass world. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a part of this puzzle just like everybody else. You know what I tell y'all? When you want to be a part of the One Love family, I always say this to y'all. It's about being a part of something bigger than yourself. Are you willing to be a part of something bigger than yourself? See, because if it's bigger than you, then it's easier for you to accept where you are and who you are. But when you become bigger than everything else, you got to keep that going. You can't let down the people that you believe look up to you. You can't, you know what I mean? It become a lot harder. You got loftier standards to live up to. You know what I mean? I live on a simple set of principles. You know what I mean? I do. I don't make things too complicated for myself. I live by a simple set of principles. You know? And I find, because I do feel like, and this is just me being honest with y'all, I do feel like I suffer from depression at times. I go through periods of depression. And a lot of times that depression is not really, how can I say this? It is me, but I get depressed because I want to help all the time. I do. Now, I could have been financially so far ahead from doing this live streaming and media stuff, but I always have felt the need to throw it back in or help somebody else or you know, I want to see other people succeed and shine. And so then my depression comes sometimes from that, because I feel like I let myself down. When somebody that around me is hurt and I can't fix it, you know. Joy is like that. She's a fixer. So if like you have a problem, I don't care who you are. It could be Boo Boo, Queen, you know, don't matter. If I tell her about a problem, she gonna be on the internet. She gonna be trying to research. You know what I'm saying? She gonna be trying to fix. I think that's one thing that her and I have in common. It's like, I want everybody to do great. I want everybody to get along. Is that reality? I don't think so. Because again, some people feel the need to be publicly accepted as opposed to self-validating. You understand what I'm saying? So that means when you're looking for public acceptance, even small things seem so major. You know what I mean? Oh, somebody didn't say hi to me. I spoke to that person. Oh, they liking all the other people pictures. They ain't liking mine. That's the world we live in. I'm going to give you an example. Over when Mo 3 passed away, right? If you went to Trap Boy Freddy, who a lot of people, right or wrongly, accused of being involved in this, allegedly. I don't know. It's not my business. I'm not a detective or nothing like that. But on his Instagram story, he had posts from other people's Instagram that had tagged him where they were being kind of derogatory to the dead. The dead being Mo 3, right? I said, man, why the fuck is all these people doing that? Why the hell is all these people being so disrespectful? Then I looked at it. It's like they want to be seen. Oh, if I go right now and I play a Trap Boy Freddy song and I shoot a video and I tag him on Instagram, he's going to put it in his story. Now, I could do that to get my follows up, right? I'll put a song, make a cool little video. I might even edit the motherfucker, right? I don't even know none of his songs like that. But, shoot the video, tagging. I could do that. But why would I be doing that? Because I damn sure don't believe in his conduct and his character. Why would I want myself to be associated with that? You know why? I bet you a bunch of them people that made them posts and tagged him and had that shit in Trap Boy Freddy's story, I bet you a lot of them don't believe in that shit. They like, ooh, I'm going to get my likes up. I'm going to get my followers up. You feel me? Because they feel a need, principle out the window, to be accepted by a nigga named Trap Boy Freddy. They want to be shouted out. They want their shit to be... And that's the problem. They throw all that out the window to be accepted publicly. A lot of them was raised better than that. I believe in most people, there may be cases where it's a chemical imbalance within you or something like that. But in most people, God instilled us to know right from wrong. Period. I don't accept nothing else when it comes to that. Because you can feel it. You can feel when you're doing something wrong. Like, hold on, this ain't right. This gotta be wrong. I shouldn't be doing it. Brother Biggs, welcome, my bro. Grand Rising King Daryl. Real shit though. Everybody know right from wrong. Some of us have more of a conscience than others, but everybody has a conscience. Even the most deadliest killer got a conscience. Trust me. That's a great point, Queen. That's a great point. Is we all good at that. That's like me. I'm going to use an example. Fat Fire, right? Flat Tire, whatever you want to call her. I gave her too much power. Swallow, I gave her too much power. Shishi, I gave him too much power. I gave them power. When in reality, they principles and my principles didn't mesh. So it was no point in my thing is focus on the people of like minds, you know, people that have similar moral compass. I don't want to hurt anybody, like, at all. Like, that's not my goal, is to hurt people. But if by me standing on my principles, you're hurt, I can't do nothing about that. Y'all gotta remember that. If you gonna hurt somebody by standing on the principles and standards in which you believe, then so be it. It's just gonna have to be like that. I wish it wasn't, but I'm not gonna compromise me. I'm not gonna compromise my morals, my values to appease anybody. That's that's set me back so many times in life. Because again, like I said, I'm not innocent when it comes to seeking public acceptance. Yeah, I fall into that. It's human nature. Yeah, you gotta stand on what you believe. Yeah, you gotta stand on what you believe all the time. Because when you don't, what happens is normally something bad really happens when you don't. Somebody gets hurt, and sometimes it's you. You know what I mean? In this case, in my eyes, people have lost their life. People are locked up facing murder charges. King Von lost his life. Because, I'm pretty sure the person that shot King Von, the young brother they arrested, I'm pretty sure he don't even know King Von. So he killed King Von, allegedly. Whoever killed King Von did it for acceptance from the other side's crew. You know what I'm saying? They want to be accepted. They want to be part of the gang. I want the gang to accept me. It's like you join a gang, right? And you got to go put in work. I've been around that. So I know a lot of times it ain't what the young man wants to do. It ain't the principles and standards that he was raised with, right? It wasn't the morals that his granny or somebody instilled in him. But they want to be accepted publicly by everybody as the real deal. But there's other avenues to that while still standing on your square. It may take longer. It may take longer. That's the other part of it. If you just jump in, you feel like you can get things done faster. Oh, if I'm cool with this little rap group, they gonna get me in the game. That's not on you. We can't control. This is Queen Dopest speaking. That's not on you. We can't control others. All we can do is lend a helping hand and be supportive. It's up to the person to change. And Kisser said, well, hell, he accepted right now to the prison system. Yeah, but I mean, like I said, though, you don't stand on your morals and you don't stand on your principles, it costs you your life. Whether that's in prison or whether that's, your life being terminated. Yeah, it's very costly. If y'all just joining, we talking about self-validation versus public acceptance. I think a lot of what's going on is a deterioration of the value system, valuing yourself and the others around you. That's really what we see, on a daily basis. Again, like I said, if you know in your heart right from wrong, a lot of people choose wrong only to be accepted by others. If it was strictly up to them and it had nothing to do with that, most people would choose right. But public acceptance and acceptance from others is such a overwhelming draw. You know what I'm saying? It draws you in. I done seen it tear some people up. You know what I mean? Um, you know, shout out to my son, Chopper Chop. It was his birthday yesterday. And I think he learned a valuable lesson on his birthday by the number of people that showed up and celebrated his birthday with him. You know, he was definitely disappointed. You know what I mean? So you think about that, and like eventually he gonna learn that, you know, you got people that love you. You don't need the acceptance or the participation from any and everybody that's not on your level, you know, to feel validation. You know what I mean? It's tough. You know, before I ever started streaming or being on camera or doing any of this, like I was happy with who I was. I was happy with the man I am. I still am very much happy. I'm very much proud of what I built. Something that was built on my idea and ideals of family, love, right versus wrong. Yeah, and it was Diva says was crazy. People won't show up for birthdays and holidays, but they show will come when you dead. Oh yeah, that's a fact. But I mean, I think a lot of this is signs of the time. The sign of the time. You got people striving for things that just keep it real. That morally, years ago we'd have found it like unacceptable to talk about that publicly. But now it's some things that, and I don't want to. Fuck it, I'm gonna say it. Strippers. I'm just gonna say it. Strippers. I knew one girl. She passed away, matter of fact. She died from HIV long ago. Oh, look at my Carol. I see you, Carol. That's One Love Family OG. All the way from Arkansas. I see you, loved one. Um, but like, I'm just using this for example. I have never seen adult dancers glorified. I've never seen it. Queen, you know, back in, you know, in the 80s and 90s, like, if you was a dancer, you kept that on hush. And most of them been like, oh, I'm just doing it. Y'all seen Players Club. Y'all seen Players Club. Most people was just doing that shit. Oh, I'm just doing it to get to college and, you know, work up my tuition. Nowadays, this is people's, like, real aspirations. Is to be a dancer and to meet somebody in the entertainment. You love my show so much. Thank you, Carol. I love you. You know what I mean? It's crap. Look, it's a sign of the times. It's different. It's different. I I promise you. You remember Diamond in Players Club? She didn't want her teacher to know. She didn't want her people to know. But now I'm just keeping it real. You got women that's doing things to their bodies, right? Just so they can be dancers. Just so they can be dancers. All that other stuff out the window. When Cardi B made it, and you know, yeah, what's it, Jessica Dime and all of them. When a lot of them start getting money, oh man, It changed the landscape. I'm gonna keep it real. It may have happened before that. That's when I first noticed. Like, damn, they really glorifying this shit, huh? And now it's regular. I, look, I remember. Look, if you was a dude, this kind of changed in the mid '90s, right? If you was a dude, I didn't know too many dudes that went to strip clubs. Like, I didn't, unless it was uh uh bachelor parties and stuff like that. But now you got women that hang out in them motherfuckers every day. I know one. She hang out in them motherfucker every day. It's crazy because these the women, just like with the rappers. The rappers is talking about killing, 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 hustling, 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 and that shit only worked for so long. You know what I mean? Only worked for so long. I'm gonna just keep it real. Cause if you notice, let's go back to some of the first people we heard talking about shit like that, killing and murdering. NWA, right? Eazy died. MC Ren never became a hip hop star to the caliber he was in NWA. If Dr. Dre didn't make beats, if he didn't make incredible music, he would be irrelevant too, because he wasn't much of a rapper. You know what I mean? But like Ice Cube was part of NWA, right? Ice Cube changed his tone. Ice Cube became a militant hip hop artist when he left NWA. You know what I mean? He became a militant. That's how he got back in the game. And then he started back making more gangster music when he started dealing with Mac 10 and Dub C and West Side Connection. But at the same time, he making Are We There Yet? Remember he made that movie, Are We There Yet? I don't get it. That's just me. I fell off with Cube back then. I love Ice Cube. Everybody know that. But I don't get it. I don't get it. Ice Cube is my top 3 rappers of all time. Let me make that clear now. But I don't get it. And now, if you see Ice Cube in the news, he's more back on his militant or public servant type of thing. You know, he's more back in the he's in politics kind of now. So it's kind of like a flip-flop kind of thing where I kind of got lost with Ice Cube, right? It's like, did he do something to fit in? Is he doing something to be accepted? Or is he going to stay standing on the square? A lot of people don't remember Ice Cube had that show. Remember where they had the one family that was white that went and got makeup and stuff done to be black. And then you had to, vice versa. You know what I mean? You have vice versa. He had that show. That shit lasted 1 season. I think it was just called Ice Cube Black and White or some shit like that. But it lasted 1 season. But it was eye-opening. But self-validation. Because I'm going to tell you something. I say this to you all the time. All these accomplishments and accolades and money made and this, that, and the third. The only thing you got when you go is your legacy. It's the only thing you got. Only thing. Only thing. Only thing. That's it. There's nothing else. There's nothing else. And for a lot of you that's trying to just do whatever to get publicly accepted and be in the in crowd and whatever circle you're in and all that, it shows. Don't think people don't see it. And then they accept you while they can get what they can from you, and then you're cast off, because there's a lot of people like you. There's very few people now. I think people are in the minority that feel validation from themselves. Like, man, I'm doing something worthwhile. I'm a good person. If you gotta say these things to yourself, please do. Go look in the mirror. I know what I'm doing is not right. I need to correct these things. It's okay. It's okay if you need to correct some parts of you, because we all do. That's what life is. It's a continuous growth process. Anything stagnant dies. So once you become content and happy with yourself, it's when you start losing. I'm going to just keep it real. Because if I'm like, oh, I'm content with me, Andre, King Dopest right now, then I'm selling myself short. Because I could be a lot better person. I could be a lot better husband, father, friend, family member, leader. That should be, like I said, we probably talk about that tomorrow, but, I always tell y'all, man, try to be better than you were yesterday, even if it's in the most minuscule way, the most minute detail. Try to be better today than you were yesterday, and you'll be all right. I promise. That's from King Dopest. Write it down. Write it down. If you attempt, sometimes you're not even going to be successful. But if you attempt, hear me out on this. Sometimes our greatest wins are in our biggest failures. Sometimes our greatest victories are in our biggest defeats. Right? It's the truth. It's the truth. You watch any champion throughout time, they didn't become a champion until they got beat. Happened to Jordan, happened to Kobe's, it happened to Emmett and Troy's and, all these people. They didn't become real champions until they lost. So sometimes you have to lose, but if you did it the right way, there's going to be improvement there. Improvement upon which you can build. You feel what I'm saying? It's going to be improvement there from which you can build. Thank you, Carol. That's the truth. It might be the most, even with running the family, and the One Love family is so big, so many varying personalities and lifestyles, cultures, ethnic backgrounds, belief systems, religions, all these different things, right? It's hard. But sometimes, even when I fail, I learn something new about myself. You know what I mean? It's okay to learn new stuff about other people, but when you learn something new about yourself, shit. It's like it's like you start to master the matrix. You learn something new about yourself, you like, damn, okay, King Dopest. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I just all this last week brought me to this place to where I was like, man, it's like all these people on these comments on Trap Boy Freddy, this man Mo3 done died, and this how people, I know these people wasn't brought up like that. I know these people wasn't taught that. It's like that, man, they just want this man to say their name and tag them in a post. That's fucked up. It's not fucked up because what you saying. It's fucked up that you need to be accepted that bad that y'all would talk about somebody after they dead. That's fucked up. You need to be accepted that bad. You need to be, we talked about Nipsey and all, it wasn't that long ago we lost Nipsey, right? We like, man, Nipsey changing things, man, for Nipsey, and it's going to bring people together. You had people talking about peace treaties all over the country, from New York to California. All the gangs, everybody said we need to put our guns down. That shit lasted for one day. They was back killing people in Los Angeles the very next day. Am I lying, Daryl? Am I lying, bro? They was killing people the next day. All these people feel a need to be accepted, whether what they doing is right or wrong or indifferent. I just want to tell y'all like I tell y'all every day. If nobody told you you do have self-value, worth, you're important, you're a mover, a shaker, you're powerful, you're handsome, you're brilliant, you're beautiful, you're gorgeous, you're great, King Dopest said it. I love you guys with all my heart. I appreciate every moment and second that y'all spend with me. And I'll see y'all tomorrow.